What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 5 things that you need to know in order to win in 2025. These are things that I've been adopting the past 5 or 6 years now. Some of them have been going on even 10 years, but I've really put them into practice, making them a daily habit in order to succeed. Number 1 is the most important because without this, then nothing will matter because you're going to be dead. So number 1 is to take care of your health. Prioritize your health. Without your health, doesn't matter what you do. You can become a CEO. You can build your own business, become a millionaire. You could just be working really hard to try to take care of your people. But if you died, then none of that's going to matter because, well, you're dead. So number 1 is to take care of your health, and that's in all forms. It says here, stop stress in all forms. So what does that mean? It means that even if you're taking care of your diet, eating healthy, but you're like stressing about work, over stressing about your family, or there's something in your life that just causes you to stress over and over again. Maybe it's just your own brain that's causing this. You need to work on that too, because there's 3 different kinds of stresses as far as I'm concerned. There is the stress from food. If you eat poorly, your body's going to be stressed out and it's going to put inflammation in your body, and that's why we get diseases. If you put too much weight on your body is stressing in the amount of weight that you have, also causing inflammation, and so you'll die that way. The second kind of stress is going to be environmental stress, so the stress from your work, your family, your wife, from yourself. Maybe things aren't even that bad, but you have a victim mentality, so you are constantly playing loops in your head about how life sucks. That can cause stress, cause inflammation in the body, and if you're stressing, even if you're eating healthy, you're still going to have problems. People always say, oh, wow, he was eating the most healthy I've ever seen anybody ever do, and he still died. Well, we don't know everything about this person. They could be stressing in other ways, or maybe they had a Glade candle in their house and that was a cause of stress. That's my third form of stress here, is chemical stress. You could be spraying things on your body or smelling them all the time, or maybe you work in a factory where you're constantly taking in like chemical smells and things like that, and that is a form of stress as well. So when I say take care of your health, stop stress in all forms, I do mean in all forms. So try to eat healthy, try not to stress about eating healthy. Like they always say, don't live an anti-cancer life. They say live a healthy life, because if you're living an anti-something, you're still kind of chasing that thing in a weird way. The universe thinks that you want that and it's going to provide that to you. And if you're constantly worried about like if you're eating the right things all the time, stressing about it, well, now you're stressing yourself at another end. So just calm down. Try to relax so you don't stress that way. Get rid of all the Glade candles and things like that in your house that are causing chemical stress, and then eat healthier. So yeah, that's number 1, take care of your health. Number 2 goes with number 1. It's just movement. Adopt some sort of movement into your life, whether that be exercise by lifting weights, calisthenics, which is I really like to do, yoga. I also like to do that as well. You can just walk more every single day. Try to get 10,000 steps, maybe 5 in the morning, 5 at night. A little bit of stretching at home. These are the things that are super important. I feel like when it comes to depression, I think that food plays a big part of it. And, you start to feel certain things when you eat certain things, and then you just connect those to dots in your head, or to thoughts in your head. And that causes like a form of depression. But I do believe that if you have something going on like that, or you're feeling negative about yourself, or you feel like things aren't going nowhere and you don't know what to do, I think that taking care of yourself, working on yourself, is super important to build that like satisfaction within yourself. So you wake up, you go exercise, you start doing that for a few months. First of all, you're being, you're committing to yourself, and you're like seeing that you could do something that you say you're going to do. So that kind of like builds trust within yourself, and then you start to see results. That's the most important thing. Every time I start to see myself look a little bit different in the mirror, I ask my fiance, she knows that I'm super pumped about that, and that I think like crushes depression in its tracks. And I think that if you're working out more, you're more likely, unless you're going on the bodybuilder route and trying to dirty bulk, something like that, you're more likely going to start leaning into the eating healthier and trying to feel better in other ways. And then you're going to realize that, I don't feel that way anymore, because I'm telling you, it starts with the food first. The way you eat something you ate the day before, you ate something really bad, it makes you feel something, it makes you feel like negative, and then you go throughout your day the next day and don't realize that the thoughts that could have just passed are now being connected to this like feeling that you have, and you're thinking that the thoughts are creating that feeling, when really it's like the other way around, and it's just an endless cycle, and it'll keep going. So yeah, 1, eat healthy. 2, start movement in any form. Number 3 is going to be wake up on your own. I think this is super, super important. In here I have meditate, breathe, journal. Do all 3 if you want to. I think that all 3 are super important. The one I slack on is journaling. I need to journal a little bit more. I feel like it's really good to get the thoughts out there, but meditation's really good for that as well, because where you're journaling, you can get all the thoughts out that you want to get out, but when you're meditating, you're just allowing the thoughts to flow by like clouds. And that really helps like get your, especially if you start this early in the day, really starts your brain, it gets your brain to like go through all these thoughts without judgment, letting them pass, so that your day could be kind of filled with more positivity, more positive thoughts. And so, yeah, that's just a good way to start. And I say wake up on your own because a lot of times we wake up rushed. We wake up for somebody else. We wake up because we're late to something and we need to get out and rush and go, force ourselves to go to the bathroom, quickly make a breakfast or something like that. And we're just rushing. If you just plan 30 minutes, an hour even, to wake up earlier in your bed without checking your phone, because that's a form of reaction as well. Getting up, taking care of yourself by making yourself a nice drink slowly, taking your time with it, maybe taking a little bit of a longer shower, using that time to like sit there and do some deep breathing in the shower or something like that. Or maybe you do something like I do and you wake up and you have a full routine in the morning where you wake up, you breathe, you meditate, and then you go straight to the gym after that. So that's what I like to do. And I feel like it really helps set my day off, for one. Like, it feels really good to have like all that done. I feel more energized, for one, just because I did all that. And then my thoughts are a little bit more clear. My brain's a little bit more clear because I allowed myself to meditate, which if you meditate for long periods of time, not like, 10, 20 minutes, I mean like for years, the longer you do that, the more you'll find that in life doesn't stress you out as much, that you're more patient with other people, or that you're able to relax in a traffic jam situation or something like that. These are things that you'll find when you finally take these practices seriously. And just like working out, eventually you start seeing muscle mass on your body, or seeing yourself lose a little bit of weight and seeing more tone. Same thing with your mind. You'll start to notice in certain areas of life, I reacted differently than I usually do. That didn't actually get me going as much as it did. Or kind of weird that I didn't stay in that like negative thought, BS cycle that I usually am in. I was able to just see it for what it was and then move on. So I think that it's number 3 on here, but it should be number 1. But number 1 has got to be health, because like I said, without health, you're done. So yeah, wake up on your own time and use that time to meditate, breathe, or journal, or all of the above. My full morning routine goes like breathe, meditate, journal. Then I make myself this little elixir of life, I call it, which is like cayenne pepper, lime, and warm water. Drink that sucker down. Then I go to the gym for about an hour. Then I do the sauna at the end. I come home, I shower, and then I try to take in some sort of learning, whether that's an audiobook, which I'll start in the sauna after my workout, or I'll try to read. And then I go into content creation or working through my day for like clients and things like that. So that's my morning routine, and it feels super good to have a lot of that stuff out of the way. It feels good to start your day on your own time. So yeah, definitely recommend adopting number 3 if possible. And you could definitely just stop there if you want to, because I think that if you take care of yourself, if you want to just focus on one at a time, definitely start focusing on the eating healthy and trying to remove the things in your life like processed foods and chemical smells, and maybe the chemical people around you, the people that are making you stressed out. Removing that will start, you'll be like, I definitely feel a little bit clearer. And then maybe, a few months down the road, you start to add in some movement and you're like, okay, this is feeling really good too. These things are working. So maybe the meditation might work too. I actually got into breath work first. So if you need to find somebody like Wim Hof, or the breathing apps out there that they have, you can find people that'll help you get into a calmer state first, and then you can lead that into meditation. That's what I like to do. Or you can just go straight into meditation, find guided meditations. And if you need help with the meditations, I can actually help give you a personalized mantra as well. I do that with my clients, and I'm more than happy to help you guys out as well. So yeah, if you just do those things, start one at a time. You can habit stack, because read the book Atomic Habits. It talks about habit stacking. It's super important. Once you get a habit in place, then you just stack another one behind it. And that's kind of why my morning routine works the way that it does. But let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is going to be to learn and then apply that learning. So a lot of times when it comes to the wellness community, the self-help community, we kind of overdo it a little bit when it comes to the knowledge, which I don't think you can overdo, but I think there's a certain point where you keep learning and learning and learning and learning, and then you realize that you don't know anything, so you try to learn a little bit more. And a lot of times you don't really like apply this into your everyday life, which I think is super important. Like, as soon as I learn something, I start to basically try to teach somebody else that, or talk about what I've just learned to somebody. And what I've noticed is that it comes up, maybe I'm bringing it up, but like when I'm learning something, I'm also talking to somebody who's kind of like on that same path anyway. So it's good to like kind of talk about that. But yeah, so learn as much as you can and try to apply that immediately into your life somehow, maybe by making a video if you're a content creator, or if you're a life coach like me, trying to put that into practice. But don't just keep learning and learning and learning and learning, because somebody who's learned a bunch but doesn't have any action is like having a car with no gas in it. You're not going to go anywhere. It's going to look nice. You may feel nice about it, but nothing's going to happen. So learn as much as you can and apply that, whether it's building your own business, content creation, whatever it is. But you need to learn and apply that knowledge into your life as fast as possible. And number 5, which could be another most important one, because with all this stuff, they're with the taking care of your health, you expect to feel better. Obviously, with movement, you expect to look better, or lose weight in waking up on your own time and meditating. You expect to have that like stress-free living, more health with the breathing. With the learning and apply, you expect to be smarter than everybody and go out and try to like show everyone up, or whatever it is, have a good business out of it, whatever it is. With that being said, number 5 is to detach from all of that. Detach from all of that, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the results. If you only focus on the results with all those, or with anything in life, you're going to be wasting a lot of your time, because you're going to give up pretty quickly because you're too focused on the results. So when the results aren't coming quickly, you're going to quit that thing. And it's because you didn't detach. If you just detach from the outcome and just applied these into your everyday life and just lived and experienced it as things came in, as things were happening, you're going to live a lot happier. For one, the results are going to come a lot quicker because you're not focusing on them. And then even if they don't work out, you weren't too set on the results of that thing, and you can like learn and grow. Don't worry about if you get the thing that you're after. Worry about the journey, because if you're too focused on that end result, like I was saying, you're going to miss the things that may come up that were meant for you. Because what's meant for you is meant for you, and what's not meant for you is not meant for you. I talk about this all the time. I think that with everything that you do, detaching is one of the most important things that you can do from the outcome. So yeah, I hope this video helped. I'm trying to make a video every other day or so on my YouTube channel. So if you like these kind of videos, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.